Okay, here's a tutorial on creating a multi-layered instrument in Logic. This is the process of combining any number of software instruments all to be played on one channel strip. And it allows you a lot of flexibility for layering sounds and being really creative with sound design. This is very similar to the combinator in Reason, and you can do the similar kind of thing in Logic. So I've just chosen 4 sounds here. I've got this ES2, some bells, some strings, staccato, and some timpani. All right, I'm going to combine those all together to play on one channel strip. So here's the process. First, what you'd want to do is open the environment. Command 8 will bring that window up. Move that out of the way. Right now, I'm also going to hit 1 on my keyboard. That's going to save this as a screen set. Screen set 1. I'm going to hit 2 on my keyboard now, and that brings me back to an arrange view, and I'll get this looking the same. Okay, and you can see I'm at screen set 2. Hit 1 again, and I'm back to this window. Just makes for easy workflow. Okay, the process is like this. You want to click the New button here. I've seen people using this instrument object as the way to make a multi-layered instrument. I think the better way to do it is using this transformer object here. So I'm going to click on that, and it creates a transformer object here in the range. I'll drag that down here. Escape key on my keyboard will bring up the tool box, and I want to grab the text tool and name this right away. Combi. Okay, 2 clicks on the escape, and I'm back to my arrow tool. Just tips and tricks. And when you look closely here, you'll see that there's a arrow here which tells me there's a cable back there that I can grab. I can click and hold and then drop that cable right there. So that's connected. I get another triangle which tells me I can pull another cable out, attach that to the bells, strings, timpani. So I've combined these instruments using the transformer. I'm going to hit 2 on my keyboard, and that brings me back to this view, my arrange view. Okay, so here's the trick. I need another software instrument down here. Once again, little tip, instead of going up here to the create tracks, by just double clicking below, whatever instrument is at the end of the list here in the arrange, it will create that type of track. So software instrument track, if this was an audio track, double clicking below would have created an audio track. So just workflow. Okay, I'm going to hit 1 on my keyboard and bring up that environment. There's the transformer object. It's just a matter of left click mouse, grabbing, holding, and then dropping on that software instrument track. All right, I'll hit 2 on my keyboard, and I'm back here again. And now when I play my keyboard, I'm triggering all of these sounds on this one channel strip. But there is no channel strip. Wow, what do you do? Well, here's the workaround there. Go into your mixer here. What you're going to do is swipe across these 4 sounds. And instead of these going to the stereo out, I'm going to send them on a bus. I'll just choose bus 10 here. Right away, I'm going to just double click and name this. All right. And now when I do that, I'm going to have some fader control, pan control. I can do inserts. I can do more sending. That's the workaround. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the arrange and be on this track, and then get back into my mixer and start balancing these sounds. So I want this synth right up the middle, and maybe I'll pan these bells to the left, bring down the volume, strings to the right. I'm just freestyling here. Bring down the timpani a little bit, leave that straight up. Something like that. Okay, I'll let you be more creative. And boy, you can be creative. I'll get out of the mixer here. And for example, on these bells, I find them kind of in the same voice range as the synth and the string pad. So I can change the octave that this plays in by going into the inspector, the drop-down list here for the bell part. And in the transposition lane here, I can choose to have that bell pad play up an octave. So here's the original at 0 and up an octave. And I think that's going to sit better in the mix when it's up there. Leaves a little room here for the bottom. Okay, another little thing you can do, for example, these timpani don't typically get up into the high range like that. So you can set the key limit here in this lane. So it's from C2 to G8, which is the entire length of the keyboard. But I'm just going to hold on to this and pull this down so I'm more in just kind of an octave range here with this timpani part. That's even too high. Bring it down to... Won't go anywhere, anything above there. When I play my keys, no more timpani. And that's perfect because now I can still be playing my patch. And when I get up above, it's just the other three sounds. Okay, another thing in terms of being creative, you can set the velocity limit to whatever you choose. So back on this timpani part, perhaps I only want the timpani to be heard when I'm really striking my keys, even in this low range. So I'll pull the velocity limit maybe up to something like 90, which means I'll really have to be hitting the keys hard to have this voice come out. So that's working, but you can see down here in my transport that I'm playing my keys and there is no sound coming out. Velocity level is there, 78, 81, and until I breach that and get up above 90, you're not going to hear the timpani. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. So we can go here now on the Combinator track and record a performance. One thing that I will do to tidy things up is hide these tracks for now. So I'll just click the H button here, and then on each of these tracks, I will hide them, click the H button again, and they're gone. All right, so let's just drop a beat in here. I'll just use this. Sure. Loop that. Something like that. And I can do all the usual stuff with this MIDI track. I can open it in the piano roll editor and edit it. I can quantize it up here, all the usual things. I'll just go in the mixer here and show you then once again on this master fader here. This allows me now to do panning, fading, sending, inserting. And I'll just do a fade on this. All right. A on my keyboard will open up automation, and I'll just draw a fade in here. There it is.